Welcome back to the Navy Sports Magazine. Navy women's track and field, like the men, on the road at West Point coming up this week. Their meet scheduled to get underway at 2:30 against the Black Knights up the road on Saturday with Maddy Manhertz. And for you all as a team, I'll ask you the same question I asked Griffey Loy. Is there anything more exciting than looking at the marquee and seeing who the opponent is on the schedule this coming Saturday for you and your teammates?
Oh, no, none at all. We get so excited for this meet. We really build it up. Army-Navy week, just wearing your sweater every day and having beat Army buddies. All the emphasis of the season is on this one meet.
For you all, as an individual competitor, how much do you have to, you want to be there to root on your teammates, you want to support them as well, but how much do you have to dial it in for yourself, especially participating in an individual sport like you do with the triple jump most notably? How do you have to dial it in for yourself individually to make sure you can do the best that you can do on Saturday?
I think the part that has to do with yourself is mostly when you're back in the hall and just by yourself preparing mentally, but when you're at the track, I think you do have to encourage your teammates. I think it's more of a team when you're in practice, and even during the meet, you have to be there for your team. The self-focus just comes when you're in private by yourself.
The triple jump. We were having a great discussion as John Gasparoni and Eric Harris from the Sports Information Department are in here with us. We were discussing this before you came in. The art of the triple jump, okay? I mean, you're a long jumper, so you know what that's about. You just run as fast as you can, try to hit the line, fly as far as you can.
Mm-hmm.
The triple jump, what makes it so much different and the technique so demanding for this event?
Well, it's 3 more jumps, so you have to move more slowly, and then they say it's a hop, skip, and a jump. And what's so hard about it is in order to make the greatest distance, sometimes you have to cut back on one of the jumps that you're better at so that you don't crash before you get all 3. Because since they're cumulative, you want to make the biggest impact with all 3 jumps versus even if I could do better on one jump, that might cripple me for the next one. So you have to balance it. That's what makes it the most hard.
How long have you been doing the triple jump, and obviously how long did it take to perfect it? Because to do it now collegiately at the Division I level, obviously you're doing it as well as anybody can in the country, because not everybody gets to do it on the level you are. But how long did it take to perfect the art of the triple jump?
Well, I'd say I'm still working, but I've been jumping since freshman year in high school. I think my jumping definitely got a lot better my junior and senior year, and then once I got here, it completely changed. With the weight program, we're really lucky to have Red and a coach designing that, and it's a different mindset than my high school coach used, and I think that's been really helpful.
Has that been a bit of a challenge through the year? Because obviously different instruction along the way. You probably get something from each instruction that you had, but how much has it, obviously, I wouldn't say improved, but how much has it helped you now at the college level where you're competing, obviously, against some of the best in the country every day, even within your own team?
Mm-hmm. Well, I think at first it was a little to get used to the different styles of coaching, but after a while, you learn to pick and choose different things that different coaches say, and then you notice trends of things that you can work on. So I think the discernment and the different coaching styles has helped me to fine-tune, especially my second phase over the years, and that's made a huge improvement in my jump.
Obviously, you all have one of the best indoor facilities in the country. But as a triple jumper, is there a difference when you go somewhere else? And I know outdoor has its own elements in itself, but indoor, is it even different when you go somewhere from an indoor capacity to jump somewhere else?
I think so. The tracks are all different. The material, I mean, it's relatively the same so that it can be permeable with your spikes, but some of the facilities aren't as nice as Wesley Brown, and then you can't get the same traction off of it, but it's not that different, but we are spoiled.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Now, obviously, your coach has asked you to do a lot of different things here. I mean, we may see you on the long jump. We've seen you last week. We saw you run the 60. This week, do you know yet what you'll be performing in coming up on Saturday at West Point?
Yes, I'll be long and triple jumping.
Now, I asked you about the triple earlier, but when you're performing in those two distinctly different, even though people may think there's a lot of similarities, are there a lot of similarities in the long jump and the triple jump, or is it two completely different disciplines?
Well, you have to train about the same muscle groups, but when you think of actually jumping, it should be very different. For the long jump, you have to run so much faster, so your mark should be further back because you're just trying to build up the momentum and then go straight up in order to get that nice arc to go further. But in triple, you have to have more of a controlled jump so that you can increase your height at every jump. And if you're out of control when you first take off, you'll probably crash and not be able to sustain the same trajectory for the whole jump.
Now, her father in 1987 averaged 3.2 points a game in 27 games for a 26-6 Navy basketball team. To be able to, as you know, eventually when you graduate here, to be able to share that as kind of a family lineage, is that going to be something pretty important to you, to be able to be a Naval Academy graduate also?
Yes, of course. I'm sure he would have preferred me to be on the basketball team, but I didn't grow to be 6'7" like him. But definitely.
All right. That's Maddy Manhertz joining us. Good luck this Saturday as you all compete at Army.
Thank you.
All right. Maddy Manhertz joining us here on the Navy Sports Magazine.